died to the end credits, I know, right? I almost did. Alright, that was cool, that was cool. I liked it. I actually really liked it. That was very enjoyable. Let me kill the music, because DMCA is probably already on my ass. I liked it, man. That was pretty cool. I'm surprised. That is a fun little thing to just run through. I mean, it was a 4-hour stream, so that wasn't exactly a little game, right? That was a 4-hour game. That's not bad. For free? And it, like, just kind of goes through all this shit. It's a nice little platformer, you know, easy going. Showing off this stuff, this controller stuff. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't see a lot of it being very applicable. I really don't see it being, like, that big of a thing. I guess I kind of like the triggers being... resistant. Like if you got a bow and you're pulling it back, the haptic triggers are cool. Yeah, the haptic triggers. I like the Hispanic triggers. Those are cool. The rumbling is kind of excessive to me. It rumbles there's just so much rumbling that it numbs my hand a bit. And to be honest, I even had that problem in Spider-Man, which I really loved. But it would rumble a bit when I would web swing, and it would make a little sound when I shoot the web out. That was actually okay. It just rumbled a little bit more than I wanted. In this particular game, it was throwing every different way of using the controller at you. It got a little overwhelming. Like my hands are actually a little numb. They feel numb. So the speaker is whatever. We had that last gen, so it's really whatever. The rumbling in different parts of the controller are kind of cool. I like that, how it like, if you're running across something, it will like vibrate from the left to the right. You know, that's pretty cool. But it is still all just rumble, and I don't care about rumble. Like, I never really did. Even when you guys remember having the Nintendo 64, you attach that rumble pack to the controller? Like, not even that was like anything to me, right? I'm just like, well, what's the point of that? You know, it's just kind of silly. So it's sort of just more of a silly feature. I hate the touchpad. I've always hated the touchpad. The fact that it's a button is fine, but having to use the touchpad in any sense fucking sucks, and I never want to do it. Really, about the haptic triggers are really it. Those are the really only thing out of this controller I would say is really cool. It's got its own microphone, which I guess is cool if you want to talk to people and you don't care about sounding like a robot. I actually don't know what this mic sounds like, so maybe it sounds good. But, you know, it's got a plug-in for your own mic, so you don't have to use this one, and you can mute it, you know, pretty easily. So, I don't know. Overall, I like the controller. But right now, it's not going to be in my top 3. You know, it's definitely not as good as the one before it. I think the DualShock 4 is actually better than this one. In terms of how I like it, how it sits in my hands. How much I like it, I like the DualShock 4 more. And even more than that, I like the DualShock 3 and the DualShock 2. So, I don't really want to say it's a worse controller, though. It's just, ergonomically, I don't like where my hands sit. I can't put my thumbs up very far. I don't have very much grip of the legs, you know. They made it, in favor of being thicker and fatter, they made it harder to grip. Now my bottom fingers grip the legs, not my a lot of my fingers. With that said, they do have these bumps back here, and that kind of simulates that, so it's not all for naught. It's just like, if we're talking about comfort levels, I really feel like the last one was really good. Yeah, I can't handle the new girth. I'm a delicate girl, you know. You can't have that much. You gotta slim it down a bit. But it's a nice controller. It's nice. I'm not gonna complain. The triggers feel good. The buttons feel good. The D-pad feels really good, and the joysticks feel good too. All in all, as a whole package, I'd say this is really a good controller. But I would say almost none of the Hispanic feedback is anything that I would write home about, with the exception of maybe the haptic triggers. Those are kind of cool. Maybe a little bit of the rumble. If you really like rumble, this is a really cool thing, but I just don't care about rumble. And like I said, my hands are numb. My hands are actually kind of numb. I can feel it. So I'll definitely use this. I mean, I have no problem. I'll probably play some fighting games on this shit. That's really where this is going to come into play. Do I want to use this for fighting games? Because I could just get a fight stick and, you know, be good to go there. I like the last one for fighting games. And usually Sony does really good with its D-pad, so I'd like to think we're good. Oh shit, I can fast forward this. Overall, I'm pleased. I guess overall I'm pleased. It's just like, while I do like the other ones better, I have no problems with this one. And maybe in time I'll actually get more accustomed to this, the way I'm holding it, and it won't bother me.